Hi everyone, this is Dave, and what I've got here is the Alcatel IDOL 4 smartphone. Now this came packaged really nicely inside an outer box, but also inside this case. And inside here we've got all of the accessories, charger, but this also is a VR headset. So you'd snap off this back portion here and you've got your very own VR headset to use with the IDOL 4. Now I'm not a very big fan of VR at the moment. I still think it's got a long way to go, but at least we've got something that we can use for a VR experience. And I just love the way they've integrated it into the packaging. Very, very good indeed. Now let's have a look at the actual smartphone. Now this is not going to cost you a fortune. It's sort of a low to mid-range price, but a very well specified smartphone as well. 5.2 inch screen, a 13 megapixel camera on the back, which I'm really impressed with, and an 8 megapixel camera on the front for those selfies. The speakers on here as well, both front facing, 3.6 watt of output. They go up very, very loud indeed. 3 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes ROM, micro SD card support, and Google Android version 6 out of the box. So really good specification. Now turner speed is good on this. We've got a nice user interface. Everything is nice and snappy. I haven't seen any lag on this. I've been playing Asphalt 4 on here as well. Got a little tiny bit warm under load, but no lag at all. So really good performance on that front. Also the screen is a full HD screen, nice and crisp. Just look at that, good viewing angles as well. And overall, the build quality of the smartphone is fantastic. In fact, let's take a closer look at this build quality. We've got this metal frame to the phone. If we look around on the bottom, you can see the micro USB charging port, also the little pinhole microphone there as well. Single volume button on this side here, very nicely integrated into this thinner frame. So the frame sort of gets thinner in this portion here and then gets fatter as it meets the top. And then we've got the 3.5mm audio jack, secondary mic, little split here for the antenna, another one hidden here. And then round on this side we've got the volume rocker, and then we've also got the SIM card tray. Now the SIM card tray actually holds a SIM card and also a micro SD card as well, so this is both in the same tray. And then we've got this little tiny button here which does different things depending upon which app you're in. I'll show you that in action in a short while. Then we've also got the flash and of course that camera. Now let's wake up the phone. I keep wanting to push this to wake it up. If we push this while it's asleep, you'll see it does wake it up, but this is actually the power button. Now this does something different each time you push it. So if you sleep the phone and then push it again, it will actually give you a different sort of lock screen, which is really cool. So it's obviously pulling these down from some sort of image service. And again, we push it again and you get a different one. And then if we unlock, then we're back to our normal wallpaper. Now if you push this in different apps, it does different things. If you push it here, for example, it does this sort of sunburst ray type thing that moves around the screen. Push it again and that disappears. So it's just a little bit gimmicky. Maybe it can be used to more greater effect in some apps. I have yet to find something that I have found useful for this button. But anyway, let's move on to the actual smartphone itself. We've got this really nice screen, good viewing angles, nice turner speed. Now the camera is really where this excels. So let's take a look inside the gallery. If we go in here and scroll down, we've got the gallery app just here. And these are some of the photos I've taken. Now I'm going to scroll through these traditionally first of all. Here we have got part of my lighting stand, and it really has picked up the detail very, very nicely down here. We've also got some of my CDs, and this was in a darker position. Still minimal noise, nicely controlled. Here we've got a very dark photo, and again this is my Edison lamp. Little tiny bit of flare around the outside, but nice amount of detail. Next one along, again we've got some detail picked up here, and this was in really good lighting. This is with my studio lights on, and we can zoom into that remote control and really see all the writing and all the dust. And then the last one, which I always take, this has sort of saturated the colour a bit more than I would have expected, but again it's picked out all of the texture on my subscribe pillow there. Now if we go all the way back out into the first gallery view, let's just go back to here. Now this is where you can push this button again. If I push this whilst I'm in the gallery, it presents the photos in this sort of different way, different sort of collage effect, splits them up each time you press it. It's just again a nice way of viewing back your photos. Of course you can sort of go back to normal view as well. So really good performance with regard to the camera. Viewing back media, absolutely superb. Watching videos, brilliant. These speakers, absolutely fantastic. I do like the build quality. The only thing I would say is super thin and it's a little bit slippery to hold. Nice and comfortable, but I would put a case on here for definite, just to protect these sort of edges anyway. But a very comfortable hold, but just quite sort of thin and slippery as well. So I think overall they've done a fantastic job. I can remember many, many years ago when I had an Alcatel flip phone, not me personally, but for my daughter, how things have moved on. The company have done fantastic, and the IDOL 4 is a really superb device with some great build quality, awesome features, and a very acceptable price. So that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you in another video very soon.